ダイヤクロン。
キャリアカーとしてカーロボット対前進機種としてさらに合体してパワーロボットに宝のカーロボットパワードコンボイ。
Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike coming at you with the Takara Tomy Missing Link C-11 Powered Convoy, also known as Delta Magnus. And yes, it's a recolor of Ultra Magnus. Yes, it is a $200 figure. So 190, I think. Well, 200. And it's pricey, but I also feel like it's produced in smaller quantities because several places I checked are already sold out. Shozy appears to have a little bit of extra stock that once pre-orders are placed, then filled, they'll have some more up. But I'll have a link down below where you can check on getting yours from Shozy's store. Remember, TH helps support the reviewer, helps the channel out. And with that, the reason that this is such a big deal is because it's pre-Transformers, it's Diaclone. If you want to get an actual Diaclone Delta Magnus or Powered Convoy, the cheapest I've seen in a box is $1,700. I'm definitely not paying that. And cheapest loose is like $700 or $800. So getting this for $200, getting it in brand new quality condition with updated articulation, it seems like an absolute no-brainer to me to just have this in my collection. It's my first ever Delta Magnus. I passed on all the Masterpiece recolors every time. And this one, I think, is right for me in my collection. But let's get and take a look at this. Powered Convoy Delta Magnus C-11 Missing Link coming up. All right, here's the box, the packaging, all that good stuff. And what does it look like? It looks very similar to the vintage and the reissue, Encore reissue, and stuff I've seen online. And I think they've almost exactly nailed the Diaclone package look. Shows he put stickers on there. Here it is. And there goes the side. Yeah, that's like this is the only way in my life I'd ever own anything near the original packaging. Here's how it's packaged inside, or like once you pull it out. And I did see comparison to an original, and I guess the original has the same kind of box going on too, so that's kind of cool, kind of interesting, some good stuff there. Impressive. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to cheat on this one like I cheated with the other one, but I did some cheating on my other ones. But it does look like we've got instructions and all that kind of stuff, stickers that I'm not going to put on, all that fun stuff in here. But there it is. Now I'm going to have to gently get it out. You're going to have to cut those, I think. But I do like to preserve the ability to put it back in the original way it came. Here is everything out of the box. And so in this little box here, we have some stuff going on. I think all of this stuff was in there. And then this stuff was packed separate. And I'm not going to be able to cheat adequately with this. So I guess I am going to have to cut these off the sprues, which is going to kill me because I wanted to keep them sprued. But oh well. Guess I'll just have to have two of them off the sprues. And so we can plug this into here. They don't launch. Trigger's still there, but there's no launching mechanism. So we'll put this on here. And same on the other side. We're going to put one of these. Now I think these are slightly different. They give us two. One is obviously more of a waist piece, and the other one is more of the undercarriage, which I will put those on. Now, the original one, I think, I might be wrong all these years, but I think the original ones were made to two of the exact same ones. But, well, heck, why is that not working? Do I have to use the shorter one? Now I'm already not remembering. So does the shorter one have to be used right here. Oh, okay, well. Yeah, that's right. You can use that one there. And then that will go on to here. Basic stuff. I know it's basic, but I'm going to run through it anyway, simply because not everybody's handled this. So not everybody's watched the first video. Some people like the Diaclone more than the US stuff. So that is what it is. Next, we have this little contraption here, and it connects with that, and you got like a little driver to put in there, which is I'm only going to mess with the driver right now. I don't want to lose it, and I really don't want to mess around with it too much. And I'm going to leave the matrix chamber in the chest of the Prime. But yeah, this is technically it's just everything's the same. That's what we looked at with Ultra Magnus, but it's with different color scheme. But yeah, he's supposed to put it on that. They did put wheels on this, which your vintage one won't have wheels. So that's a nice little improvement. And then this will be the waist piece. I don't want to waste too much time here. Put it on, you know, and then I've had like discussions on which direction it should go. I'm going to put the way I like it. So some people, we've got the matrix here. Some people will disagree with me. Then you're supposed to be able to put the gun up here somewhere. I know I did it with the vintage, and I thought I did it with this one too, but some place you're supposed to be able to put the gun. And just let it rest. Then we've got this guy here. So we're not going to transform it just yet because we call this one powered buggy, powered convoy, powered buggy. Just put him right in here for now, and then we'll start getting into some more aspects of this figure. But it's in its alt mode. Thought I connected it. Come on. I connected it, and it looks good. Obviously, it's a blue. He's blue. He's not sad, but he's blue. And the blue is nice. It's a nice looking, nice blue. Right here, we'll pull it off, look that separate. But let's look at it in its entirety right now. This is getting to be a long clip. I like to have a little breakup. But look how good that looks. I didn't really want to showcase it till it was all put together. And I took those off the sprue just so we can have that look the way it should. Let's get this little buggy up here. Obviously, you could put usually two down here and two up here on that. And these can go in the front if you want, but I don't want. Hey, what's going on? It doesn't want to let go. This can go in the front. And there it is. Yeah, good looking overall. I mean, yes, it'd look better if you have decals and stickers on it, which I am not going to do. But I do think it's fun having something like this as the roots, the beginnings, the pre-Transformer version. There's a lot of promo art showing what you can do with this, and like you can make up a whole bunch of stuff. The one thing that I think is valid is that this is kind of like a launching kind of ramp. There's so much other weird stuff that they've got I don't really care about, but I will showcase it, and then you put a jet on there. A jet fire, if you will. I'm not sure how well that'll hold on, but that's kind of cool. Like, I will give them that. I don't really care about all the other made-up stuff, which obviously, if that truly was how, like those 7 different weird things and configurations, that truly is how it was supposed to be, that's awesome. You should be able to do this with vintage also, but yeah, I just kind of like that. There's other weird modes that you can do with it, but past that, like, I'm going to get it into its bot mode, and I think that's probably where it's going to stay. But yeah, it's all right. It's not, these other modes are not great, but this one makes sense. Now it is time to look at the Blue Prime. If you have no time to rhyme, we've got the matrix chest in there. Now we can get this out, and then you have the traditional chairs. Not really going to mess with that much. I don't like popping the matrix chamber out. We do have the tampergraph on here, and tampergraphs here, so it's nice. Tampergraphs here. So, and that starts. It makes me wonder though, Now that I see they tamper craft some stuff, this must all just be for what goes on the trailer, I guess. I didn't even look at the instructions on which goes where, but should have probably showed this at the beginning, but when I pulled those out, I was like, oh, look at all the cross-sell. They have this huge, massive cross-sell, which is reminiscent. Wow, it's raining in August. It's raining outside. It's reminiscent of back in the day when we get these little toy catalogs and just look at them for... They're so worn out because kids looked at them so much. All right, so not a whole lot more. We've got the heat rub, which works very well. Very well. I wonder how well the heat rub works on the battle beasts these days. Let's transform this real quick. You want to move the hips to clear this. So don't just manhandle it. And then it will slide, slippity slide. Sad thing is we'll be pretty much putting it back into this. We'll be putting it back into this mode right here to do the Magnus, which is, it's not hard. It's just, it's almost counterproductive. Well, it's not a big deal. I mean, as you can see how easy this is to transform. And that's one thing I like about Missing Link. First of all, the stuff feels and looks good. It feels G1, but you get a little more out of it. And all of that. And updated. The head does turn. I don't know. It goes up and down on its normal account. This has an additional joint there, 360. Bicep swivels, kind of always been there. Hands in and out, opening hands like so. Ab crunch, which it's always so tight on these. I mean, you could say that's a good thing. Oh, going back. Oh, afraid I'm gonna chip something. Then let's see, we've got thigh swivel, we got knees, and foot. So, I mean, I would say they've added, maybe 10 more joints or something. Maybe I'm wrong. You don't have to plug in fists. And then you could put the gun in, which this is probably the biggest downside to this, is it only comes with the one gun. And it serves double duty for two different configurations of the same figure. So that's how that is. Convert power buggy. Power buggy's going to get a conversion. The whole point of this is to feel vintage and have a bit of modern flair. How much flair? Do you have enough points of flair? 38 points. Is it 38 points of flair? You're supposed to have 38 points of flair or something to stand out at your waiting job. Was that the movie The Office? Open that up. Yeah, I probably should have freshened up on the transformation. I just go into it going, oh, it's not going to need any transformation. Does this not do anything? I'm not going to press it, but anyway. Here we go with this guy, which I believe he doesn't stand very well. It is my belief. Let's put his arms forward. Oh, yeah, that's right. This plugs into the side of his wheel. Doesn't it? Oh, well. Anyway, he doesn't stand very well from what I remember. So maybe the little box will help hold him up. And then we got to get into the trailer. One of the things I want to point out, like we're getting this brand new and new plastic and all that. I have, to get two good vintage ones, I had to go through some bad ones. I actually pieced together mine from several sets. Close this, fold these up. So I pieced together my vintage actual Ultra Magnus. This should just tab in. Fold this up to your likeness. Like how high do you want it? Fold this around. It's just like Ultra Magnus, but different colors. And I'm really gonna get into all the colorations and stuff, but we'll be doing that here in just a bit. I've already got the waist pieced on there. I didn't waste anyone's time with that, because we've already done it. Plugging this into here, plugging this into here, and then before we put prime in, though, we're gonna get we're gonna get into some comparisons. So let's see what we've got so far when it comes to this Optimus Prime mold. Do we have enough Optimus Prime colors? If you're new to the channel, welcome. But for those who've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I believe the comparison is the most important part of any review. So there's a lot of important parts of reviews, but comparison is the most important. So here we go with all of these. Is it Sentinel Prime? I'm starting to forget what they call them. My Nemesis Prime, I put it back in the box. Yeah, just I wanted it back in the box. I like the way it looks in the box. We've got Toy, Toon, which the more I think about it, should they have chromed the Toon version? I'm glad they did. I'm happy with it, but it just seems like it's not as Toon. And then, of course, we got the Power Convoy or Delta Magnus. And what are we missing? A green one? Orange one? I'm just kidding. I really don't think we need this mold done again in any color iteration after this. This, I think, covers all the aspects I need. But there we are. And we got Nemesis, which is pretty much black. And I'm not going to break it out for this. There's already enough going on. Here's next to Megatron. G1 Megatron, obviously. We don't have a missing link yet. Notice I said yet. And then a kind of a beat up. This one I was like, this is one of my nicer Optimus Primes. Look how nice this G1 Optimus Prime looks. It's really nice. And then when you get these missing links that are like brand new, you're like, wow, this old beat up piece of crap. I'm not lying. I'm like, these missing links are brand new, and some of my nicer vintage ones look like beat up trash next to them. I'm just saying. Now, I wouldn't have spent $150 on a vintage one myself, that just because it was nicer than the one I had, but that's kind of where we're at. We have a Matrix. It's blue, hollow on the back, hollow back at me. I'm gonna pop her in there. There's his Matrix chamber, looking good. Looks better. It's more fun looking at it when he's a bot, but now he's gonna have to reconvert. No, you leave the head up. Leave the head up. Fold the hand in. Fold all this in to here and give it a nice little tight squeeze. Same thing over here. And get it all in there. Try not to scrape any paint. And then, I can't remember. Let me give a quick look at my other one. Why not make it easy on everybody? The way we're going to go, the direction we're going with this, we are going to be taking this to this. And so we fold these up. Why is it hard to fold up? It's always tight the first time. There we go. Let's get it up. And all right, this should not be like that. Okay, then we fold these to the back. Fold these to the back. And this guy is prepared to go get accepted into here. So we have to prepare this in the back to accept. So to open this up here. These are going to be grabbing onto the legs. That's going to connect onto here. And then I can't remember if we had to take this out. And I think we do have to take this out. So I am going to take this out. That has been removed. Then you pull these out and you get them ready to do what we do. How we do about this time over here. Then we're going to bring this up and put it into place, which should be pretty simple to get them into place. I say it's simple, and then I got this piece in the way. So I'm going to get them up here. The whole point is to still have articulation and all that. bring this around to kind of hold it. So we do need these still widened on the hips. We do need the hips widened still. There's that. And then there's ports here and here that these plug into. And so, like, that's going to plug in. I'm going to do it off camera just to make sure I got it in tight. And then I'll make sure. I think that's about it. Turn it. That's going to plug in. It's simple. It's easy. It's just, I mean, this ain't a cheap toy. Turning around to the front, one thing is you want to split the legs. So now that he's connected, and you'll want to kind of get your groove on there and get it where he's going to stand right. Also, I'm going to put this little guy away, and I can see much of him. We got the head. It's going to go on here as expected and as usual, and then this will connect to the chest, and it's held in by side friction. So there it is, and then there's this gun, and we're pretty much done. So we'll fiddle around with him a little bit. We're going to come back and just see him in his fully converted bot mode. All right, we got Powered Convoy in his Powered Convoy mode with his buggy man. And now that I think about it, where did I put the other buggy figure? I don't know why. I don't have that handy to do a comparison, but it was blue. And here he is. And it looks very G1-esque. And that's the thing that you want. You want it to look G1-esque. So, you know, one thing is he's kind of leaning. So let's, I believe this is supposed to clip into here all the way. I didn't do that. So there we go. I don't like the lean. I thought it was that I didn't have him posed right, but now he's fully connected. Oh, that's right. You got to kind of disconnect that if you're going to get some more articulation out of him. That's right. So, oh man, I don't want to risk it, but yeah, we do have the articulation that we need to go over with this guy. So I'll have to disconnect that when that comes, but he does look pretty good and all that fun stuff. But we really do need to get into articulation with him. The whole reason that this is like an upgrade, you got the head side to side, it goes up and down. Just the vintage one pretty much do most of that. It goes out pretty far over here, which that's a new, you couldn't do that with a vintage. You can adjust it. That's vintage did that, and vintage did this. Vintage did not. Well, no, vintage actually did that, I think. Oh, I'd have to go look at mine. But then you got the hands, but the hands actually have opening hands and so finger and the 3, which that's good. And then ratchet, nice clicky ratchets in there. It holds in a little bit better. We do have an ab crunch. Let's get this ab crunch, which will move the figure. The whole figure has to move with it, so it's kind of a pain. And then get it seated back in when you're done with the ab crunch. Also, you can open this. This is articulation point. And you can access the matrix chamber. It kind of pushes the figure back, and you're rubbing that beautiful blue paint. So, I mean, oh, man, what did I get myself into here? Open the matrix chamber at your own risk. So that's articulation too. Or, hey, that's a feature. You can get the leg forward about like that, and then push in on this tab to get that little bit of knee. That much knee. That's look at it from this side. That's about as far as that's gonna go. You don't really need it to go that far, but you know, he's walking and talking and all that, whatever. But it's more than you got with the vintage, but probably not gonna get them in a dynamic pose. Feet still move too. You gotta like give it a little turn there. That opens. That's something new too. So very nice, very nice, very nice stuff for a Delta Magnus / Powered Convoy. All right. here's it compared to the other Missing Link, or AKA like the vintage color scheme. And I think that this is a worthwhile purchase because it's so different, so obscure, and there's just no chance at all I would spend like $1,600 to get one of these. So I think I saw one on eBay for like $700. I don't know how complete it was or if it's broken. Chances are it's broken if it's anything like the vintage one. Hey, it's older than any vintage one too, so that's chasing all that down. So pretty good that we get this opportunity. Very happy. Very happy. I don't really know what to compare it to other than like here's another Optimus Prime. So tell you what, let's just do random weirdo comparisons. Here's next to a modern Starblade, which I think is about the size of a Masterpiece Ultra Magnus. So, which I actually do have the Masterpiece Ultra Magnus back there. But anyway, we're using him anyway. And his ears needed some fixing. Here he is next to Beedrill. Waspinator, which I've had a lot of fun just having him around in his Wasp mode. Haven't had the gall to put him back into his bot mode. I'm not sure which mode I want to display him in. It's my problem with Beast Wars. Magic Square Masterpiece Optimus Prime, which I still think is the best looking Optimus Prime. Best all around Optimus Prime. So Fans Toys has got some work to do to try to beat that. And no, this does not beat it. This is their Fans Toys Ultra Magnus. It's the white bot, you know, with armor. Yeah, it's not better than what Magic Square 2.0 is. Index Transbot Zarak that I just reviewed. So they're brothers in back-to-back reviews, right? Alright, this is my look at the Delta Magnus Missing Link C-11 Takara, also known as Power Convoy, which is probably the official name. People get upset about it if you call it Delta Magnus, I guess. But I don't care. What do I think about it? Well, I think it's exactly the same as the one we already got, except with different colors. And that's pretty much what I expected and what I wanted. I will say this, though. I feel like the colors on all the Masterpiece and all the other like remakes, offshoots, recolors are brighter than this. I researched it, and yes, these colors are right. So anyway, I think they did a good job on it. Faithful recreation to the original. Saved me $1,700 I would not have spent. Yes, it was $200, but they're like really expensive online. So with that, I'm very thankful that we got it. I don't think I would be chasing down a whole bunch of other recolors past this, but this is very important. My first ever, my only Delta Magnus that I own, and you can get yours too at Shozy Store. I've checked around some places they're sold out. Shozy Store appears to have some stock that once all the pre-orders are filled, they should go back up. So link down below where you can get yours, maybe. Let me know what you think about this release. In the comments below, like, subscribe, and Tydirium Hanger out.
Battle Convoy に続きパワードコンボイ登場。キャリアカーとしてカーロボット対前進機士として